Hi friends, let's talk about some of the very simple physics that happens in relation to the respiratory system of insects. The first concept to wrap your head around is going to take you probably back to high school science, diffusion, right? And diffusion is really as simple as the balancing out of particulate matter when there is a concentration difference, right? So in a classic experiment where you put food dye in water, what will start off as a very concentrated drop of the pigment eventually dissipates and diffuses through the liquid medium, and then you get a homogeneously colored liquid. So you can expect that, as with all homeostatic organisms, including insects, that this need and desire to achieve balance and homogeneity will always be at play. So at the very, very small cellular level, you can expect the simple process of diffusion to occur. But if we zoom out a little bit and look in the context of the tracheal system of the insect, which is the main network by which oxygen can be delivered to the animal, then there is an important element of convection that's occurring. Now, you're probably familiar with convection, when you bring a pot of water to the boil, right? The application of heat energy is going to force some movement through the fluid. Now, fluid can be gas or liquid in the context of, putting a pot of water on the boil, that's liquid, but in the context of the circulatory and respiratory system of the insect, that's a gas, right? So convection actually plays such a crucial role to efficiently transport gases through this respiratory system. You can see here in this fly that it is a network with the spiracular openings, the spiracles that deliver oxygen directly to other parts of the animal. Right? It's this network of air-filled tubes, and it basically facilitates movement of gases, both oxygen in and carbon dioxide out, but this occurs via convection, right? So it delivers oxygen directly to the cell, but it minimizes the distance that the gases need to diffuse. We talked about diffusion a while ago because the convection is basically pushing the oxygen molecules as close as possible, right, through that medium, through to the cellular level, and then diffusion is what will allow the oxygen to diffuse into the cells, right? And you think about our system where we are using a liquid medium, blood, right? So blood is actually a medium that, well, yes, allows gas exchange, but it's a liquid medium. And in a gas medium, gas to gas, you actually get diffusion maybe about 10,000 times more rapidly than in water, right? So that definitely allows for much quicker gas exchange in the context of insects. But of course, this poses a limit on body size, right? Because if you work in this way where you want your oxygen to travel in as short distance as possible to get to your cells, then you can't afford to be a very large organism. So the evolution of a liquid transport system like we have in larger animals has, of course, allowed us to become physically larger, right? So hopefully that gives you a nice little idea about how convection and diffusion, these very, very simple processes, apply in the context of insect respiration.